In this video, we're going to see some harvest that's really started to come in, some harvest that's begging to be collected. There's even a few things that have shot up more than I figured they would by now. And there's a bed with only a couple of plants in it that's got to have some more plants in here pretty soon. I'm hoping it's the last time we see an empty bed at the north end of our raised beds. We've had some failures and we've had some wins. Follow along, here we go. Welcome to the third and final part of our monthly garden tours, the raised garden beds. I'm very excited about what's going on out here. It is lush, it is green, it is just going nuts. Some places there's not nearly as much harvest as I was hoping we'd have by now, and other places I haven't even been able to collect everything. We're wondering about a few things. What are we going to do with all of this? I'm going to show you around our raised garden beds. We're going to start over here with the GREENSTALK, which doesn't have a lot of difference, but I do want to update you on those strawberry plants that we planted out the runners for last month. That's right, in the June garden tour we planted out a few runners, and I want to show you what's going on with those. Also later in this video, we're going to be revealing who our special guest was, and I'm very excited that this is the video where I finally get to do that. If you don't know, we had a special guest come earlier this month to the garden. He's from away from here, not Cousin Bowtie Mark. He's a special guest, but not as special as this guest was. Cousin Bowtie Mark was there for the event, and we're going to show you who it was that we were talking about. It's going to be all the way over on bed number 3 when we look at the Citronella plant. So give it a minute, we'll get there. I spoke to you about the weather in the first part of the part 1 of the 3 parts of this month's series of garden tours, and you can go back to that to see that we're having some beautiful weather. It has truly been perfect weather this year. Perfect Florida weather. I'm under the shade cloth right now, which really does make a little bit of difference here. You may have seen the closing on the previous video where we actually closed under the grape arbor in the front and side garden tour. That was so cool. It's like 10 degrees cooler under there. Those kind of places still feel great. We're here in the raised bed, so there's some places that are pure sun, like down that end, and we get up in this area right here. Oh, this is really nice underneath all these tomatoes and everything. The bean trellis, we'll look at that here in just a little bit. So let's get going on this beautiful sunny day and see what's going on in the raised beds. I'm excited to show you. And so the GREENSTALK, it's a little bit backlit right now because of the sun shining out there, but the GREENSTALK is actually holding its own. It gets watered every other day, just like usual, so the soil has a little bit of moisture in it. I don't think it got watered this morning. I think it was yesterday morning that it got watered. But there is good moisture in there, which is what we're looking for. Now, as far as the runners, oh my goodness, this one pocket here. It has a leaf flower, which needs to come out. It has probably a cauliflower. What is this? The tag is not readable anymore. It's either a broccoli or a cauliflower that is still, that's even given me seeds. Looky there, I have got to grow that to see what this is. And I might just be doing that. This thing is over 2 years old and it is still growing out. It's got seed pods on it. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I had not noticed that. We have been encouraging new parsley to come out. When you get new parsley, I want to get these little brown things. Those are the seeds right there. And we want to get those little brown things, kind of pull them off gently, and I'll put them in another compartment. The strawberry, I'm trying to find one. Here's one right, oh my goodness. We have parsley already coming up in this one. I think we already planted this one. I'm going to come over here to the next one over, pull out this leaf flower, and is this a dandelion of some kind? I don't know. I don't want it. And I'm going to plant those seeds that I just got. I got about a dozen seeds there. Just stick them in. Oh my goodness, look at this one over here. These are some more of the seeds we planted in the last garden tour. Here's a video showing us planting them a month ago, and these things are starting to shoot up all over the place. How cool is that? I see even more down here. Oh, you can even see a true flower, a true leaf coming out on this. Oh, that is so cool. Now, okay, so I was promising a coverage on these strawberry runners that we planted out. And if you look down here, you can see that we had a runner coming up from, nope, this was the plant. This was not the, oh, here it is. We had this plant over here, this pocket here had 2 strawberry plants in it. Let me see if I can get that sun out of there so you can see better. There's 2 strawberry plants in this pocket. Not sure how that happened, but we had this runner right here, and I stuck it in the ground with one of my little stainless steel hooks, and notice now, we're a month later, that thing is in good. Not only is it in good, I can actually clip this so it's not suckering off of the main plant over here. So this is useless now. So it's been a month. I can't get it with my bare hands because they're pretty strong. I'm not going to get it. I'll come back out with the clippers and cut that. But that new plant has just taken off. And interestingly enough, I just discovered, looky here, we have another runner. And folks, this is how you get free strawberry plants. We're going to do a little special on this, special video on this here pretty soon. I'd like to get it recorded today. So if you see me in the same bow tie at the intro of that video, you'll know exactly what happened. But here we go, the runner to the next section. See right there? We have that runner. In fact, let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see. If you ever wanted to know how to do microscopic stuff with your phone, zoom in and then use it like that. Look, there's roots already trying to come out on the back side right there. That's roots. And so we're going to stick that in the ground, and I'm going to hook it in with this stainless steel hook right here in this now empty pocket. I just took all the weeds out of there, and I'm going to stick this in here. Oh, come on. You can do it. There you, I knew you could. All right, so we're going to put it in there, and it's not going to stay, of course, so I'm going to use this stainless steel hook that I just pulled out, and I'm going to stick it in there just tight enough to be holding those roots against the soil in there. And see there, that is going to be a strawberry plant next month. Yeah, we're filling this thing up. Oh, looky here. Here's another strawberry plant getting ready to go. Folks, strawberry plants want to grow for you. This thing even has a prime root right there on the bottom. And it just so happens I have a pocket right here with nothing else in it but a few leaf flowers, which we don't want. Oh, there's an ivy or a tree growing. There's another couple more leaf flowers. Oh, there was an old strawberry plant in here that gave up the ghost. That's okay. We're not worried. Oh, that's a parsley growing there all by itself. I'm going to go ahead and pull the parsley's coming out. I think we may have, either we planted that or nature planted it all by itself. We'll pull those out, and this, whatever this is, I hope that wasn't a broccoli or cauliflower. Anyway, so this runner over here that we just planted there, I'm going to come over here, and this one is such that it's going to just stay in the dirt all by itself. I am willing it. What is that? Something else. I am willing it to happen. So from one plant that we just started. Now folks, okay, coming back around here. One, that's the one we just planted right there. This is the one we planted a month ago. This is the original plant right here, folks. That one plant last month gave us this one, and it's already rooted. That's where I pulled the hook out. It continued and gave us this one, which we just planted, and another one, which we just planted. By next month, these two should be all rooted in, ready to go, and we are filling our GREENSTALK, folks. How much did I spend on that? I'm a cheapskate. You can take a hint from what I just called myself. I'm a cheapskate. Doesn't take much to fill these things, folks. Keep your strawberries going. This is the original strawberry here. Last month we planted this thing, and I know for a fact that this thing is rooted in. In fact, you can see here, the plant is telling me it doesn't need this umbilical cord anymore. It's already dying off right there. Look at that, look at that. And then this one is doing its own thing. It went over to this one. And we even had another one that we just stuck down in here as well, and it looks like it's taking off, so I'm not even going to bother with it. But this thing is well rooted in, so I've got another hook that I can pull out now. Oh my goodness, look what happened here, folks. This one planted there, but there was yet another strawberry that planted right here all by itself. All by myself. Look at there, look at there. That's very cool. Right there with all that parsley. Oh well. Parsley is going to have to share with a strawberry. I'm going to go ahead and put a hook on that brand new plant that just started itself so that it stays secure. That's what I'm talking about, folks. You can just propagate your strawberries endlessly, folks. And you really should observe those plants. See how they want to do it on their own with a little bit of help. You know what that little bit of help is called? It's called cultivation. With a little bit of help, folks, you can have a lot more plants, a lot more strawberries, spending far less money. Now, I know anyone who owns a nursery is just telling me to shut up, stop telling people all this stuff, but I can't do that. I like to give you everything I can to help you have the best garden possible. That is a precept of mine. Trying to be as open about this as possible. Now, look at this strawberry right here. This strawberry is spent, folks. It's been in here for a few years. That's okay, because look at this strawberry next to it. It's actually giving me a new... Oh, I'm going to put a hook in that. Not sure how that happened. Oh, that came from somewhere over there. And oh, this is the one we just did. So I'm going to hook that in. Oh, I need my right hand here. I can't do it with my left. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this strawberry, but it is an important point. Again, watch for the video. This is going to be another plant, and I'm going to go ahead and help that because I have no more hooks in my pocket. Doggone it. Where'd all my hooks go? Well, I will figure that out. Anyway, strawberries, people. Just propagate them around your green stalk. You'll always have strawberries. Those plants live 2, 3, 4 years. They produce the best in the second and third year generally. Sometimes it's a little different depending on the make and model of the strawberry plant. But yeah, so that's keeping your strawberries going for free forever, folks. Also, your parsley. Yeah, that's all parsley right there. Isn't that the coolest thing? That's all parsley in there. I don't know if that is right there. I'm going to leave it, see what grows. While we're going through this garden tour, I want to encourage you to be sure and use some of our Amazon links in the descriptions below. If you use those Amazon links, it takes you to Amazon, and anything you buy over the next, I think it's 24 hours, we actually get a small credit for on Amazon. It doesn't have to be the product, it's just any of those Amazon links, and you go shopping, and that doesn't change your price one bit. But we do get a small bit of the proceeds. So we spent way more time on the green stalk than I figured we would. Over here in bed number 1, we're looking at, first of all, look at these zinnias coming up. We do have zinnias coming up in various places. Not as much as I have in the past. I'm trying to get more and more planted. I have been traveling a lot, so my opportunities to do that have been sparse, and it's a little discouraging, but you know, life goes on, it happens. But this arbor right here, we're in bed number 1, very beginning. Anyone who's watching knows we've got blackberries growing in here, and we have cucumbers. Now, the blackberries produced early, like April, May. The cucumbers didn't grow up until the end of May. Remember last month I came in here and that thing in May was like 2 foot tall. This big huge cucumber plant was like 2 foot tall. Last month it was about half of this. This month, look at it, it's gone all the way over. Let me show you what this cucumber is doing for us. I come up in here now. This is a Suyo long cucumber, and look at this right here. Now these things will grow real long, but they are optimal. That size right there. They have optimal juiciness, eatiness, ready to go. Here's another. Yeah, I know, eatiness, it's a real word. Trust me. Look it up in the dictionary. I'm trying to get this one popped off here. There we go. Look at that, look at that. I actually just harvested several too. Just yesterday, and several more the day before that. So we are starting to get cucumbers off this single one cucumber plant. And I want to show you the base here. There's another one over here. Hold on, I saw another one. There were 3 we're supposed to pick here. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. Look at that baby. Look at that baby right there. A little smaller than the other 2, but it'll work, it'll work. We are making pickles. We are planting some of that dill cucumber soup, which is really good. Let me show you the base of this thing, though. This is going to blow your mind. This is my cucumber plant. Look at the size of this thing. It is hard. It's rock hard. It's solid. There was some damage there. Looked like a split or something. But this thing is giving us mounds and mounds of cucumbers. I was just going to go check my numbers. I found 2 more cucumbers up in there. That's how cucumbers are. They just sneak up on you. My, oh my, this thing is just producing prolifically. So with those cucumbers I just brought in, and not even counting, look, there's another right there. I can see 3 or 4 more. One plant, people, I'm already up to 10 pounds of cucumbers. Oh yeah, we're going to be pickling it and doing all kinds of fun. Next to the cucumbers, of course, we have the blackberries on the same trellis. I was talking about that. Blackberries gave their fruit before. We are getting ready to do the big cutting back of the old blackberry vines. This is the old one, the brown one. There are new blackberry vines in here that look more like this, that will be giving us fruit next year. See how it's green? This is the new stuff. And so we will be cutting out the old, stringing up the new, and making sure that we get production next year. Next to that, this is actually a ginger and turmeric bed. And of course, this is a turmeric. These things are monsters. That one, that tall one right in the back there, that's probably every bit of 4.5 feet tall. So I'm looking for flower stalks to come out of these real soon. I believe they are. If I have to go down here and look, I can find, that's ginger. Doesn't look very big right now, but you can see there's some ginger root right there. If I can get that leaf flower out of the way. But ginger is growing, is looking good. I'm very excited. We're going to have a harvest of everything this year. I got more turmeric everywhere in the garden than I know what to do with. I barely knew what to do with 10 pounds last year. There's another trellis over there that has more blackberries. I'm going to go right over to the other side of the bed right there because I want to show you something. We'll start right here. So yeah, you can see more ginger in here. The ginger is more on this side. I can see there's a zinnia down inside there. I love that. I like seeing the zinnias. But yeah, this is the old blackberries. You can see these vines are starting to die. It's got stuff shooting out of it. It's not going to be worth anything. We'll be cutting out all this old stuff, stringing up the new stuff. And you come around here and looky here. There is a volunteer tomato of some sort here. I'm pretty sure it's an Everglades. They seem to just kind of grow up everywhere. Once you have Everglades, they'll be here forever. The base of it's somewhere way deep down inside. I can almost barely see it. It comes up here and just grows everywhere up here. We're going to be having tomatoes pretty soon. As soon as we can start getting, break this heat. It's going to be wonderful. But little section of weeds right here, this arbor here. I see tomato. There's a lot of dead or dying blackberry vines in here that need to get cut out. These are last year, or I should say this year's fruit, and need to get cut out to make room for the new stuff because it will start growing. Coming around here to the pepper bed. Of course, we have not picked very many peppers at all, but they are prolific through here. The insects and birds are getting to these now. Hot peppers, folks. This is a peri hot peppers. Birds and insects do not have the receptors to where they would feel the capsaicin, so they can eat these things. That's why we get our peppers eaten. A lot of new ones in here too. This thing's going to go just continuing to go crazy. Peri, another peri right here. We've got somewhere right underneath here we have oh yeah, so you can see the weeds. The weeds are crazy. And like I told before, we've traveled a lot. I haven't had a lot of chance to get in here. I do want to show you. Let me see if I can stick my phone over here and show you this Fatali harvest. Can you believe how many Fatali peppers there are in there? That's just nuts. Down here we have, I believe this is a Cayenne pepper down here. Not too sure, actually. There's a tag around here somewhere. This goes over this way and down in here. Oh, here it is. It's over on this side. Is this another peri? I'm not sure. There's the base. There's a plant tag right here. I do not see a plant tag. Huh, that's weird. Most of these things still have plant tags. But yeah, tons and tons of peppers. I know I have a Tabasco plant. Let me get up here on this wall here. One of the reasons why I like these beds. This is a Tabasco plant. You can see those peppers standing straight up like that. And it's got different colors. They come out in green and gold and red. It's wonderful. And coming around here to the south, this is the west end of the bed. We have our Peppadew plant, and interestingly enough, we had a lot of peppers on here, and I did not harvest, people. I didn't harvest but maybe 5. I fed one to our special guest, and he enjoyed them. These are Peppadew. It's kind of a mild pepper, but they have a phenomenal taste. See, look at this. Look at this. We're going to have to get in here and do another week. Mrs. Bowtie is going to have to rescue me again, isn't she? Look at all that grass just growing out of there. Oh, I see ivy. Oh, this stuff here. Oh, yeah. That is nasty stuff right there. We need to get in here and start weeding out this stuff. But the Peri, yeah, that's a really good, tasty pepper. They serve these at high-end restaurants, and I haven't done anything with them this year. I do want to show you our first exciting news here. We're in the end of bed number 1, and anybody remember what these things are? This pepper and that pepper? These are my Dorset Naga. Look at this one here. It's kind of grown up. You can see I've cleared out around here. This one did get a little bit overgrown, but look at this one from last month. It has taken off. It has shot up. I still don't see any buds. Now the hotter peppers like this one, this is between 800,000 and 1.6 million on the Scoville scale. And I've promised to eat one of these on camera. Mrs. Bowtie wants to record. She's just a little too enthusiastic about that. I'm beginning to wonder. Anyway, we're going to hopefully be seeing blooms on these here soon. We've got another couple months of good weather. This is the end of July, of course. August and September are great growing times for us, so we have plenty of time for this thing to give us some good fruit, and then we will try to overwinter it. I don't know how this one overwinters. Look at it. See, this is old blackberry vines. If I come down here, that right there is new blackberry vines. We'll be tending to those. I'd like to do a video on that when we get to those. So here at the end of bed number 1, I like to check on my bee box. This is not a Crown Bee box, and I should be using a Crown Bee box. And this thing has not seen any activity, so I'm a little saddened about that. Blackberries going all through this pear tree. Is it a decorative pear? I have no idea. Some kind of tree here in the middle that came from the previous owner that I've just left here because now it's useful for supporting the blackberry vines. So we'll continue on with this garden tour in just a minute. I do want to tell you, we do have a community page on YouTube now. If you use your phone and use the app on the phone, you can navigate to the Bowtie YouTube page and you'll see there is a community page button on there now. And you can post photos from your own garden. I would love to see what you're doing. I know everybody's looks better than mine, but I have to do what I can, and we're not going to feel guilty about it. I can get a little bit of anxiety over things like that if I allow it, and I just move on and keep going. Head over to that community page and share your photos if you don't have anywhere else to show it. I love to see what's growing in your gardens. Some of you have some amazing harvests. Oh my goodness. Robin Gardens, wow, you've just blown me away some days. So be sure and use that community tab over on the Bowtie Life YouTube page. I love seeing your posts. I love seeing your harvest, what's growing, the flowers. Oh my goodness, show me your flowers. That's the big thing right now. We're starting to get flowers that, oh, it makes this my favorite time of year. Looking forward to seeing you. Coming around to bed number 2, and okay, now you can really see these blackberry vines. Look how green that is. These things are just starting to shoot up. I probably should have already cut these back, but have not. You can see dead vines everywhere. These all got to come out. And then right in the middle of all that, look at this. This is a 4.5 foot tall turmeric plant just pushing its way through like it does not care what is in the way. It is going to make it. I don't think I've ever had a turmeric plant this big. We're in bed number 2, of course, and I can just reach my fingers around, all the way around there, and overlap them a little bit. That's a big old stalk on this thing. I still don't see any flower stalks coming out of this, but I am so pleased. This is going to be a lot of turmeric. We thought we had a big harvest of turmeric last year. This year is going to be nuts. The beans, and this we're waiting to start producing. We've had a couple of side dishes off of the beans here. They are trying to produce, I think, because I do see occasional blooms on here. It is so thick in here, folks. I planted old seeds. I thought for sure they wouldn't all grow. Every single one of them grew. I won't make that mistake again. Look at just the twists of vines all through there. This thing is going to produce a lot of beans if I can get it producing. And I need to feed these. It's one thing I should be doing next, is feeding these. In fact, I just got I won a bag of the bumper crop all-purpose feed, and I should be sticking some of that in the bottom of these plants and see if we can get them start producing. They are beautiful. I mean, look at all the green here. I'm just kind of pan across here. This is just blows my mind how thick they are, how big they are. Oh, interesting. I'm looking up here and I can see we've had bird picking. Oh, no. Looks like something's been picked off up here. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. It doesn't really matter. This stuff is so huge anyway. So hopefully we'll be getting beans. Probably not next month, but probably right after next month's garden tour, because that's when our weather will start turning. There is a Florida Everglade under here that I was trying to keep taken care of. I traveled again, and it's just kind of gotten way out of hand in here. I try to pull the beans out, and the beans are just really aggressive, of course. Beans are aggressive. They will take over, and they're kind of taking over this Everglades tomato plant. And you can see there's a lot of dead in here I should pick out. And as usual, I feel the obligation, if I'm on camera, I should make it look like I'm at least living here. There's mint under here. This is one of our mini grow bags of mint. Our punch gardening, you can almost see it back behind there. There's a 25-gallon grow bag of mint down there that kind of covers this whole area for pests. They kind of stay out, and that's the kind of thing I want this mint to do. Here it is growing out. That's not mint. Is it? It is mint. No, it's not. No, that's something. That's a weed. This is the mint, though. It's kind of growing out here. It's growing out the other side into the tomatoes on the other side over there. Let's go look at those tomatoes because they're kind of dismal. Again, folks, we've been traveling a lot, and you can see, look at the aisle here between the beds. This is all the Biden's Alba that I like to let grow, but not necessarily this much. However, this path has been kind of less traveled because I have hung the sun gold tomatoes over in the aisle here to make room for them, and they're just not producing either. They don't like the heat, and I'm not even seeing any buds on them, but they are pushing up that shade cloth about a foot above this arch trellis. That is something else. There is a sun gold tomato plant right here. There's one sun gold. All these things are just kind of struggling along, waiting for the heat to break. And as soon as the heat breaks, they should start producing. Key thing is getting them to survive long enough to survive to last till the heat is over with. I see there's grass growing up inside there. Good grief. I'm looking at a 5 or 6 foot blade of some kind of grass growing up in there. Anyway, this is the back of the beans, and we come around here to our largest and first Principe Borghese that we planted, and it looks less than stellar, folks. Yes, it does look less than stellar. The beans kind of got over it, and I wasn't here to watch it. The second one over here is the same. Third one, there's a fourth one down there that still has some green on it, and I need to pull the table out and get in here and just take care of all the dead stuff. I'm not sure, maybe the second one actually has some green still coming out of it too. You have to see. I don't think it does, but it might. And then, of course, keeping the beans off to the back of that, that's been challenging. I do have over here some seedlings. I'm not sure what I have left. What do we have left? Okay, so, oh, look here. What is this thing? This little seedling that just is living life happy. Oh, that's another Dorset Naga. Oh my goodness. I may have to plant that. And look under here. Talk about these. Seedlings are just so robust. These are 2 Thai hot peppers. Look at there, just kind of sticking through the beans and saying, hello, hello, hello. There we go. Yes, these are Thai hot peppers. And, oh, I did want to show you, look at this. Every once in a while I get a whiff of this basil plant that kind of grew up back inside there. It is just kind of taking a life of its own. I pulled off a few flower tips off of this, but oh, it smells so good. It smells beautiful. It's supposed to be a purple purple basil, and it obviously is not. This is out of the same package, and look, the leaves here are purple. Need to get that planted. It's amazing how these things are still surviving, just sitting here in cups. I say surviving. Some of these things are still surviving, just sitting here in cups. I'm looking over here. Oh my goodness, yeah, I think this is a bell pepper. Yeah, it's a colored bell pepper of some kind. That one's dead. Some days just you don't have time, do you? And that time just gets away from you. There are aloe underneath these weeds. Still need to get in. I've been saying this for months. The aloe is suffering underneath it. There's actually a tree growing up over there, and I know there's an aloe at the base of that too. Big, huge, giant aloe like this thing right here that we need to do better with. And a big old mint. Look at this mint just taken off. Oh my goodness, this is a 25-gallon bag. No, it's a 10-gallon bag full of mint that is just escaping like crazy, but it hadn't done anything yet. Hadn't seeded. Oh, I wish you could smell a vision this. I pull it back so it doesn't get too far away. Look at the beautiful zinnia just right there. This is bed number 3, of course. That's the zinnia here in the strawberry patch. This is the strawberry patch. We have a plant over here, and we have a plant that's not doing too well right down in here. And a lot of grass, and I've got to get in here, clean up this grass, and we have to get this thing done up so we can plant a lot of these strawberry plants that we've got propagating all over the place. I do it, and again, I'm on the strawberries, folks. I want to show you here. So this is the strawberry plant right here, okay? This is the original. Look at this thing. It has gone over here and given me another plant over here. It's gonna go over here and give me an, oh, I see I've got another one there. I'm gonna put this over here so it can give me a plant over there. Good grief, there's a plant there, a plant there. These runners are just stringing out everywhere and giving us new strawberry plants left and right. It wants to do this, people. Question is, why do you cut those things off? Stick them in a little yogurt cup. Here, let me show you. So we're out front looking in the top of Mrs. Bowtie's GREENSTALK here. And look, I just took a yogurt cup. It doesn't matter what you take. I cut some slots in the bottom. I just used some scissors to cut a little slots right there and stuck one of those little runners in here, and I have a new plant. And look, I can actually pick this thing up from that plant. That's how rooted in it is. It's not, that hook isn't doing it anymore. That thing is totally rooted in. This thing is totally, we have so many new plants that are being rooted here. It is just amazing to me that these plants want to give us so many new growings, and we just cut those things off. And we shouldn't cut those. We should just go get yourself some of these, some kind of little cups, solo cups, whatever, paper cups, whatever you want. Use toilet paper tubes with dirt shoved down on them. Cut a loofah open and pack it with soil and do it inside of a loofah. But this thing is going to take off. This thing will help propagate that new bed. And come next year, this bed will be full of strawberry plants. And I'm hoping strawberries. Oh, I am hoping. So we saw last month sometime, actually it might have been the beginning of this month, we saw me do all the trimming off of this very citronella plant. We cut off 14 cuttings from this. In fact, looky here, we had a special guest help us with cutting another one off. So yeah, folks, citronella, you can see there's a beautiful branch right here. That's Mark over there on the other side. And we're gonna take this thing about 6 inches. Take that right about there, brother. Are you strong enough?
Apparently not.
Hold it up in front of your face there. Chad made a new plant.
How about that?
Are you proud, man?
Look, I'm not proud of how I just look weak, but yeah.
I know, you did look weak. What's with that? So now that Chad has completely destroyed this thing, he's going to take some scissors, man himself back up, and get some good clean cut. I would have cut below the node, but that's fine. Let's take off these 3 leaves, because we don't want but about this much left.
Oh, take these off too?
Yep.
Oh.
Because this thing doesn't have roots. We want it to survive as a plant.
Hey, yo, I don't have a clue on this one. He's teaching me.
You want it to survive?
Too?
Yep, that one too. And take off that little sucker in there too. There, you get that little sucker. There we go. And now you're just gonna take that, and this one's gonna be yours, brother. Use your finger all the way down, make a hole, and stick that bugger down in there, and we have our 15th citronella plant. And just secure it in there. Chad, you're a rock star.
That's what I'm talking about.
And yes, that was Chad from over at Down Home Backyard Gardening. Him and his family were coming through town, and he stopped by for a couple of hours, and we had a great visit in the garden. He kind of toured around, we discussed some things, and had a great time here, just kind of tooling around. You'll see more of that video coming up soon, but we got so we have 15 of these now. We got another one of those citronella. You can see look at, there's turmeric back in there. Grass, weeds, more turmeric. Oh my goodness, look at this turmeric. This is just mind-blowing. There is a Brussels sprout plant coming down here, has these heads on it that are supposed to be edible. I still haven't done anything with them because life, people, life. Look at these turmeric. They are just taking off. I cannot get over. This one's probably approaching 4 feet tall. That just blows my mind. We've never had turmeric grow that big. And then past the turmeric, we come to, remember what this is? This is my 3rd Dorset Naga plant. We saw the other 2 at the end of bed 1. Here we are near the end of bed 3. And this thing is just taking off. It's getting better sun than it was, simply because you can see up here, I actually flipped down this shade cloth so that this thing would get more sun. And it's actually doing pretty good. There's ginger under there as well. But I still am not seeing signs of blooms, and I think I'm going to have to come through here with that feed and try to get some blooms on these. I'm concerned that maybe it's just missing some. I do like the Espoma tomato tone. I'm going to try the bumper crop feed on these as well. I'm going to try bumper crop on a couple of these, and I probably end up putting the Espoma tomato tone on this. Now, the tomato tone, it's got the 3 numbers across the bottom. There's the NPK, and the N is for shoots, P is for roots, K is for fruits. Shoots, roots, and fruits. And so as you're feeding these things right now, it's not so much in need of shoots, of greenery. It's growing good. It's looking beautiful. But I really would like for some fruits. So the Espoma tomato tone has a lot more of the K than the N and the P. All of it's good. We're going to just try a little bit more focus. I do use that Espoma tomato tone quite a bit. We're trying out the bumper crop, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. And so we come into the final arch trellis, and this is our Super Sweet 100 trellis. And we've seen some blooms in here. We've actually got a number of tomatoes off. In fact, I can see a tomato right. Oh no, that's a sun gold. Oh yay. That's a sun gold right there, kind of sneaking in. I see, can you see that tomato way over there? Right. Yeah, we're going to have a few here. This thing is kind of the same as everything else. It'll start producing when the heat is not so bad, and it will be happier. But these leaves are just looking so good. I'm very ecstatic about that. And of course, the very last thing I like to look at here is the goji berry plants. And this is where I actually pulled up one plant last month, and this is what's left of the other, and it's kind of more rough for wear. I have a newer plant kind of in the mix over there, but this one is actually starting to show some new growth in here. So I'm hoping that this thing will come back. There's growth in here, but it does need to be trimmed back hard so that this thing can grow fresh and new for the new year. It'll grow over the winter and develop. Oh, there's another mint grow bag kind of hidden under there. And something has been digging under here. I wonder what's been digging. You see now, that mint supposedly is supposed to keep that from happening. But that's some fresh digging. Okay. I'm not going to stick a finger up in there. Oh, I have a pipe right here. Let's stick this up in there and see if anything comes running out. Will anything come running out? You tell me. Oh, it goes all the way through. If it did, it just ran out the other side. And I didn't hear anything, so I'm going to say no. Anyway, it's daytime. Those things are not going to be running around. Yeah, I can see little stems from the goji down in that. Is that Carolina creeper? Someone told me, I think it was Who was it told me? It's Carolina creeper. It's that ivy that just grows everywhere. Oh, looky here. Here's some blooms on this Super Sweet 100. That's nice. That's good to see. So yes, I still have this bean leaf on my shirt. It's kind of stuck there like Velcro. I was over there in the beans before I started recording this video looking for any beans growing, and I couldn't find any. I think it's so cool this stuff is like Velcro. Sticks to anything. There's got to be a use for that somewhere. That's the raised garden beds, and they're looking green and lush. It's not all the stuff I've hoped to see in there, but it makes me excited to see what is and what can grow. You know, sometimes I look at other people's beautiful gardens. There's so many YouTube channels out there that just have amazing gardens, and sometimes I wish I could do that, but I know that my life is not that smooth, and sometimes I just don't have the time or the energy to do that. Right now I'm working on a project building a 367-foot privacy fence that I've been working on since September. Some days I just come home and I need to crash, and that's what I do. And nothing happens in the garden. That's one of the reasons why things happen like this. And really, I like showing this because we don't have to have a ton of time to do stuff. You can do whatever you can and still grow food. We enjoy everything that grows in the garden, everything we harvest. We hate throwing anything away, and we very seldom do. Sometimes I've even been known to make the 30-pound donation of cucumbers to the local food bank in the past. It's been kind of a fun thing to see that happen on occasion. And of course, getting to have guests like Chad from over at Down Home Backyard Gardening, he's become a friend of mine, and we have enjoyed visiting and working together on his project. I need to start sharing more often his coast-to-coast update that he does. It's growers all around the country showing what's growing in their zone. And he's got so many people on it now. It takes a while to get through it, but they're fun to watch, see what happens in different areas, learn and get inspired by all the YouTubers that are on his project. And yes, there's the little symbol in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That means there's a link down into the description below in the timestamp index for this closing that you can follow and go to Chad's page, and you can see his coast-to-coast gardening videos on there. He's been doing it since October of last year. We're coming up on the first year of it, and it's been a fun project to work on with him. I am so glad you could come and join us in the garden today. If you have not done so, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. This is part 3 of a 3-part monthly tour that I do. We divided our whole property up into the front and side gardens, the outer beds, and then this is the 3rd part, the raised beds in the backyard. And you are so invited to join us every month for all 3 videos or any of the other videos that we put out all month long. Please comment below if you have any questions or if you want to share any experiences. I love hearing from y'all. I've actually learned so much from viewer comments that in our videos that give me ideas, and I go do a little more research and suddenly come up with, oh my goodness, this guy's smart. This lady knows what she's doing. And we have so many great viewers that contribute in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what you're growing. Ask any questions you might have, and become part of the Bowtie Bunch. In fact, there is a group on Facebook called the Bowtie Bunch. If you go to the Bowtie Life Facebook page, which you can see the link to in this video in the description. Oh, there's that symbol again. That means there's a link down below. And be sure to follow our Facebook page and join the Bowtie Bunch. Right now, the doors are kind of open as we're letting people in. You do have to request membership. It will be a private group, and everything in there will be private, and we can't change that. I did that on purpose because we can have some different conversations in there than we might if it was just a public area. So go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and join the Bowtie Bunch Facebook group. It's a warm July day out here, and I am ready to call it quits. I think I may have 2 or 3 more videos in me today, so I've got to get to work and do some other stuff. Appreciate you coming by, and be on the lookout for some of the other projects we've got coming out. You have a blessed day.